Hey, what's up everybody? So today we're going to be replacing the suspension on this Infiniti G37. So far I've already replaced the lower control arm that's right here, the axle, but I just realized that the axle I got, the boot's a little ripped, so we're going to have to figure out how to fix that. I've also replaced the upper control arm. This thing, I had an extra G37, and I didn't realize that the spindle hub is different. Obviously it would be different because the axle needs to go through. So I'm going to be swapping this out. I only use this to get it off the trailer for, in order to get the wheel on to roll it off because this was ripped off. So I got the one with the all-wheel drive. It's right here. We're going to be swapping everything over. And we're going to get started on that right now. So let's start by taking this off. Hey, what's up, everybody? Getting a good angle somewhere. Where is it at? My right side's a little bit better. You know, my shit's going bald or whatever. So. Just chilling right here. Finally got done with some of the stuff. So let me just do an overview of what we've done so far. I've replaced the upper control arm, the lower control arm. I got a funny story for that. Replaced the axle, and we gotta get to fixing that little rip. Probably super glue that bitch together or something. Fuck, I don't know. Figure out a way how to fix that one. Then we had some trouble with the brakes, as you know, all the suspension was ripped off, so there's no air. I mean, there's air in the system for the brake lines, and I kind of know how to do that. I mean, we kind of fixed it, but you know, I need to purge the system more and get all four, and then, you know, we'll get to that to another day. But let me get back to the story about the lower control arm. So here's the deal. I call up all these companies, like, I'm looking for this lower control arm, because, you know, if you didn't know, the G37 all-wheel drive suspension's completely different from the rear-wheel drive suspension. I mean, it makes sense, right? Well, I didn't know that. So, calling all these places, looking on eBay, looking on a website called cars-parts.com. I'm like filtering G37, G35, Q50, and I finally find one under G35. It's the same thing. If you didn't know that. Well, the parts are the same. And so, well, the suspension parts and the motor. The G35 and G37 are a little different because you got 3.5, 3.7 motor. So that's different. And the trannies too. And the sport trim is different too, if you didn't know that. So, I mean, they got all these little variations, whatever. So, I've ended up finding this place that had a G37, or yeah, G37 suspension for all-wheel drive, or G35, whatever it was. So, I find it. This is all the way, like, past, what is it, Montclair, not Sacramento, what is it, San Bernardino. So San Bernardino, it's a little past that. It's like near Colton, California. He's like, I'm like calling him up, and they answer, and they're like, oh yeah, we have it, you know. I'm like, oh, is it in good condition? I don't want to drive all the way over there. I like kind of lied and said, oh, I'm coming from Sacramento. Like, try to get a little bit better price and to make sure it's in good condition, because I don't want to drive all the way out there and it's, you know, like in shitty condition or something. So like, oh yeah, it's good. You come down. I'm like, okay, whatever, yeah. I'll go, because he ended up giving, like, he was trying to sell for $125 or $150, whatever the price was, but we negotiated $100. So I'm driving over there. It takes like an hour, and it's gonna always take an hour to get back. So that's like a 2-hour drive for me. So I want to make sure I get a good deal and it's in good condition. So I get there. I'm waiting for the guy to take it off, because they're not gonna just take it off, you know, for anyone that just calls in and say they're coming, because, you know, that'd be a waste of time. So I get there. I'm waiting like 25 minutes. He goes, takes me to the car, and the guy's like taking it off, because he called him up before I was walking out there, and I noticed as he was taking it off, I seen the ball joint just spinning, and I seen liquid coming out. I'm like, bro, thought you said this was in good condition. Once the ball joints on these things are bad, you cannot use them. Like, you can't just replace those. For some reason, you can't replace them on the Infiniti. You have to replace the whole fucking lower control arm. So I'm like getting pissed at this point. I'm like, bro, dude, what's going on, dude? Why didn't you double check? Like, you don't know or what? Like, I thought you worked in car parts. And he's like, oh no, I just work at the desk. I'm like, well, why didn't you tell the guy to double check? Why did you check? Or why didn't someone who knew about cars check? That's what I was thinking in my mind. I didn't really tell him that. But I'm like, bro, I'll just take it, whatever. I need it because I need to get this car, like, on the floor. It's whatever. I need to be able to move it and shit. So I said, bro, give me a discount. And he's like, okay, $50. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm already all the way out here. I'm not fucking driving over here for nothing. So I go home. And what else happened? Yeah, I go home. I put that on. I started putting it on it. And me as a retard, I honestly didn't realize that the hub for mine, the one I had, the extra one that I used to roll the car off the trailer, I didn't realize, because I didn't have an axle for mine. So at the time I didn't realize that if
if you don't have the right hub for all-wheel drive, it's not going to work because it's not going to go in. So I'm like, oh my god, what am I going to do? I'm not going to drive all the way out there again. So I do a little bit more research. I ended up finding out that there's another one closer to me. This was in Montclair. And I'm like, oh wow, dude, I could have got it from that place. You know, whatever. So I called the dude up. And he's like, well, first I called that other shop before I found this one, and they were gonna sell it to me for like $75 or something like that. So I called this other shop up, that the one I find out that's closer in Montclair. He's like, oh yeah, we got it, $75, or not $75, well, $125. That was the first one for 75. I'm like, bro, dude, this guy like half an hour more away from me is selling it for me for like $75. Like, what's going on, dude? Come on. Like, I looked on eBay. They do not go for $125 for no hub. He's like, oh no, I'm trying to sell the whole thing. I'm like, I just need the hub, dude. Like, can you give me a better price or meet me in the middle? I'm like, $100, dude. I'm not gonna drive all the way out there for more than $100. Like, you know, I got a fucking V8 car and it's gonna cost me like $20 to get there, back and forth. I ain't trying to waste, you know, extra money I don't need to. Especially because you have it overpriced. So we agree on $100. I get there and I'm waiting like 45 minutes for this guy to take it off. So they end up taking it off. He brings it to me. I'm looking at him. Bro, this is not the right part, dude. Like, this is off of regular rear-wheel drive. What do you mean? That's the right one. That's the right one. I'm like, it's not the right one. You cannot put the axle through. How are you going to put the axle? Show me. Where's the grooves going to go? How are you going to put that through? No, that's the right one. That's the one you need. I'm like, I honestly have to go on eBay to show this guy that this is not the right one. So I show him and like, look, this one has grooves, that one doesn't. How are you going to put the axle through? I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. Let me double check the system. Make sure. I'm like, bro, I just came all the way over here and you said you had this part. Like, come on. So he ends up finding it. The one that he originally found, he had at the same yard, and then I had to wait fucking another 45 minutes to get this shit off. I'm like, I'll take it off myself. I'll do it in 20 minutes. Give me this shit. He's like, oh no, you can't go back there, insurance thing, policy. I'm like, whatever, dude. Or get this shit off, dude. I want to get out of here. Like, in my mind, right? So he takes it off. I'm fucking 2 hours by. I need to take a fucking piss like so bad, and these fools don't have a restroom. So I was gonna go piss outside, but I don't want to be disrespectful and shit. Whatever. So 2 hours pass by. We end up finding like, I'm looking this whole time. I'm looking for bumpers, right? I found one in Alameda in LA, so I'm gonna go over there right after. I go over there right after another bullshit shit happened. We go there. This guy, called him. I said, specifically sedan. I need one 4-door sedan. This guy has a fucking coupe one, dude. I'm like, bro, why, how do you not know the difference? Like, how do these people not know the difference, dude? Like, between coupe and sedan. Like, they're totally different. Like, the front end looks totally different. The headlights are different, everything. Like, how are you going to mix that up? Because I looked at a picture and he had another one. Or he had another one, or someone else. No, there was a second person I was looking at that had another one. So, or something like that. I forgot. Oh no, the second one someone had sold. So I go all the way over there before I knew all this, and yeah, it's the wrong one. So I'm calling up all these other places around the same street because I know Alameda there's like a bunch of wrecking yards and stuff. So I ended up finding one because they're on this hotline where people can hear the parts that people need or whatever. He's calling up this dude, so I go down the shop. They have a black one. I'm like, okay, perfect. I don't gotta paint it, whatever. Cool. I go down. It's like literally a couple blocks down. Get there. This shit is like fucked up. Like I'm talking about like fucked up, scratches, cracks. Like he's like, oh, okay, we can fix that. I'm like, dude, you cannot fix that, dude. Like it's fucked up. And I'm like, how much, dude? He's like, oh, for this one, 130. And he's like, oh, I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna pay 130 for that. Like that fucked up. No way. So he's like, okay, wait, I have one more. So he has like a gray one. I'm like, okay, how much for that? And he's like, 150. I'm like, bro, you're trying to sell a terrible condition and good condition, like 20 bucks difference in price? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, what? And I'm like, 50 bucks, dude, for that piece of crap. I'll take it home and fix it myself. If you say, I mean, maybe I can fix that crack, but I don't know. I was like, whatever. I'm like kind of pissed off at this point, whatever. I'm like, he's like, no, 100 bucks. I'm like, hell, I'm not paying 100 bucks for that. Give me the one for 150, whatever. I'll fucking paint it. I'll try to do that shit myself, whatever. But you know, I don't know how to paint, so I'm not gonna probably do that. just in a, I don't know, next owner might have to do that because, you know, I might do a terrible job and they might have to redo that anyways, or I don't know, whatever. So shove this shit in my car, barely fit it in there. I had to like crease it a little bit, get it in there, get home, put that on, and next day I'm starting to do the suspension, filming this video right here. I know I'm mumbling on, it's been like 10 minutes I've been talking, I just realized that. So let me just cut it right here. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to. If you don't care, whatever. You know, I'll go on myself and give myself a like or comment myself, you know, because I got to show myself some love, I guess.